Good morning, folks, and welcome to Vinyl Reveals, episode number 21. Here we go. The big 21. I'm sure it's 21 again. And anyway, somebody whose birthday it is today is Finn Boland. Girlfriend Sharon, Finn is her son. So congratulations, Finn, on reaching the grand old age of 15. Dav Ross's Discs is what this has been entitled. So Finn's got his own record pioneer, so I've started buying him some records, and I've brought him this. He's into Doctor Who, so Finn brought him this Doctor Who, kind of like vinyl, double vinyl, like an audiobook type thing. Goes through the episodes, really cool. Splatter vinyl looks really cool, so I hope he's enjoying that. So happy birthday, Finn. Episode 21, we're underway, and that little bit of intro music there was by a band called Sweater Curse. They are a free piece from Brisbane in Australia. First heard about those guys from Dermot Green, who's on Twitter, and it's kind of brought to my attention again by Matt Partridge today on Twitter somewhere. So I thought I'll give those guys a shout out. Free piece from Brisbane, Australia. They've had an EP out last year. It's on vinyl. You can get it on Bandcamp. Called Push / for some reason. Pull. And that song there was I Wish I Was a Better Person Sometimes. Don't we all? So there you go. Sweater Curse. And perhaps Sweater Curse is some kind of weird, I don't know if it's from The Sims or something. I've tried to Google it. Can't really get a definitive answer. But if somebody like knits you a sweater, it's kind of like this curse that you're going to split up with them or something. And seeing as the only person who's ever knitted me a sweater is my mum, I can't really fall out with my mum, can I? So God bless you, mum, for those sweaters you used to knit me back in the day. Not anymore, I hasten to add, but might try it out. Anyway, episode 21, let's shut up, get on with it. So we've got, today's vinyl reveal. So let's get on with this here. I've had this now about 3 or 4 weeks probably. So I'm going to go as far as this, checking sure what it is. Make sure I've got the right thing. I don't really know which way around this is. That way. And today's vinyl reveal is the wrong way around. It's the first time I've done that. And it is the album Shonk by Wicketkeeper. So there we go. There's the cover. Interesting stuff. I'll get the cellophane off. Now I've got all my tools to hand. I've got my glasses to hand. I'm in control this week. Had a good night's sleep, so I'm with it. And I've got a coffee. I'm on my second coffee of the day as well. I'm going to be careful here. So yeah, Shonk, but I've got it in my head. I don't know why it's called Shonk. I don't really know what, we know what Shonk is. Of course, something of questionable quality. I think maybe the Australians go, it's a bit Shonk. I mean, they're not Australian, but I don't know. And I've kind of got it in my head. When you get to my age, you get these things in your head where you've seen things. And I thought they'd got a song called Shonk on, they released like a previous mini album back in 2013, I believe. But yeah, I thought they got a song called Shonk, so they just called this Shonk after that song. Shonk song. But they hadn't. Shonk song, d'amour. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat. But they hadn't, so ignore me. I just wanted to try and sing a bit of that. Anyway, vinyl reveals. Get on with revealing the vinyl. You're shouting at me. I can hear you. Don't panic. Okay. So here we go. Wicketkeeper. Or a free piece from Margate / London, neck of the woods. Quite sure what the thing is there. And this is their I mean, they're calling it the debut album, but they had one in 2013, which was had about 7 or 8 songs in it. So I'm not really sure if they're classing that as an proper album or not. Couldn't quite get my head around that. So I've seen it somewhere that this is their debut, so I'm not sure if it's a debut or follow-up, to be honest. But who cares? As I say, Shonk, a bit ambiguous there. Anyway, I've got this cover. Get my glasses on. Covered them up with me. Yeah, I think that's quite interesting. That, and I've noticed that on Bandcamp, they released a couple of singles. They've released about 3 or 4 singles through 2019 into 2020, into last year. And this album came out, I believe, in October last year. And they've got these singles. They've got these characters on them, or one of these picked out one of these characters. I think that one. He's on one of them, and they're just like Play-Doh, little weird, quirky characters, which are really cool. I really like them. It's a bit very odd, but I like it. They really work on that background. So I don't know who's done those. Maybe it'll explain somewhere. Maybe it won't. But yeah, really cool. There's something going on there. He's got his willy out on there. So try not to look too close. This one's a hand with 5 eyes and looks like he's chewing on the carrot. Amongst other weirdness, there's like a duck with a crown on. All sorts of weird and wonderful. Abstract Play-Doh going on there. Really cool, quirky little characters. I like that. Very interesting, good stuff. Love it. And then onto the back, or the front, as I thought it was when I opened it up. Oh, we've got the back of the characters. That's really clever. I like that. There's the front, and there they are from the back. That's really cool. I like that. Very clever, good stuff. And then we've got a track list in there, which I'll just run through. Just nicely laid out at the bottom there in a simple font. A side, number 1, A Lot to Lose. Number 2, I Can't Believe. Number 3, The Side. Number 4, Over and Over. Number 5, Night, Night, open brackets, whatever, close brackets. 6, Modest Breakfast. 7, Wired. And on to B side, we got Bodies, followed by Feeling, followed by Spin, followed by Welcome, followed by Tired, followed by Okay, followed by Cigarettes. So we've got like one-word titles there after the front. The first lot have got, there's only one with one-word title. The second side, they're all one-word titles, which is quite interesting. Well, interesting to me. There's a little logo there. It's like the record company. Meritorio, Meritorio Records. In sort of like a rosette type style there with an ML. I quite like that logo. I quite like a splatter paint effect. And then there's another kind of logo here, whether or not that's kind of the band logo. I'm not sure. Kind of follows on from these quirky characters. I'm quite sure what that is. Exactly. Maybe you can find out. Looks like a bag of chips. I don't know what it is. Normally recorded and mixed by Lindsay Corstafine, at Gun Factory Studios in London, mastered by Daniel Hussain, Hussayn, at North London Bomb Factory Mastering, which is all cool. It does what it says on the tin. So I really like that cover, good stuff. It stands out, very interesting use of those. Really cool. And we've got a plane, this is saving time from floating around in there. About there. And yeah, we've got just a plain chamfered cornered white inner with a window. Okay. Is that A side or B side? No idea. Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look before I show you. See if I can decipher. Looks like there's nothing in the runoff bar the code with a /A, and they both say /A, which is helpful. So unless I'm kind of missing a complete trick there, not really sure what's what. We've got these different characters going around the inner disc, the same ones that are used on the front. So I really like that. That's really nicely carried over. Love it. Very bit ambiguous. Just don't know what the hell's what. I don't know which side's A, which side B, because I thought one would say A on it, one would say B, like normal, but who knows. Maybe a way of counting the tracks. Maybe there's one on one side less than the other. And probably a way of doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. There's 7 on both sides, so that ain't really going to help me. We're trying. Anyway, so yeah, we've got these characters going around the edge, all lined up. I really like that. And that also, of course, helps because the inner discs don't have to line up. So, well done, guys. I like that. Nice and simple. Quirky, is a good piece of art. And it's all good stuff. And too crazy. Let's just wait while we're on. Feels a decent weight, that, I must admit. It's not 180, but it's a fair, I'd say it's at least 150. Let's put it on. Yeah, 150, bang on. I'm getting all right at this. I don't know what I'm talking about. Finally, after 21 episodes. Yeah, so that's good. I really like that. Looking forward to getting that on. So giving this a good listen. Let's pop it back in there, out of harm's way, before I do it any ill. And there you go. Really good stuff. And these guys, as I say, they're a 3-piece. And they're called Wicketkeeper. Quite why they're called Wicketkeeper, I don't know, but I did notice that one of them looks a little bit like Jack Russell, the former England and is it Gloucestershire? Not really that big on cricket, but England and Gloucestershire wicketkeeper Jack Russell, infamous, kind of a quirky character. One of them looks like him, so perhaps that's what. Perhaps he used to get called Jack Russell. I thought I would call ourselves Wicketkeeper. And that's just completely off the top of my head. Could be some other reason. Anyway, so they're from Margate, and Jack Russell, he was well known. The wicketkeeper Jack Russell, he was well known for having like one tea bag for a whole series of like cricket, like over 5 days. He just used one tea bag and hang it up for his tea. He used to like drink 20 cups of tea a day, apparently, but he just used one tea bag. So God, this must have been so bloody weak. Well, he must be just like drinking hot water, I should imagine. Well, he's 21, very strange. But yeah, he was a quirky guy and bit cavalier kind of thing, and he's well known for like sticking around in the crease, I think, when England needed him the most. But I just thought that was quite interesting. But anyway, it's probably by the by completely. But yeah, let's get on to the review now. It's a good album, this. Some solid tracks all the way through. It's kind of it's just fairly traditional indie guitar. It's got this kind of there's a bit of grimy, punky underbelly. It's quite chilled out. It's a bit kind of stoner surfer, almost a little bit. It's kind of got this fuzzy, kind of welcoming, sunshiny, bit of a coastal feel to it. You guys are from Margate, or some of them are, whatever. And yeah, it's got that kind of feel to it. It's really easy to like. Yeah, there's some good stuff going on. Worth, really delving into it and giving it a proper good listen, and it comes alive more, I felt. It's got fuzzy, jangly guitar pop in there, and it's got this dusty coastal feel. I've said that. It's got a matter of fatness about it a little bit, in the monologue lyric type thing, which is cool. It's pretty rapid, it's pretty don't hang about. It's pretty rapid. A bit similar to the Salad Boys, or a New Zealand band, and Parquet Courts, but a bit pavement-ish kind of feel. I've it's got an underlying air of broken dreams, but it's fun, endearing and catchy. it's got a DIY aesthetic about it. I think it was recorded, this album, in over just 2 days. So they didn't hang about. They just thought, let's just get in there, bang it out. This is who we are. Get it onto vinyl, and I think that comes across, you know, in the production of it. Make a great driving, bit of a great driving soundtrack as well. Get your windows down. It's got that kind of easygoing feel about it. Really, really easy to like. Good bass in there, some good musicianship, and apparently they had about 50 songs. Because if they've been around since before 2013, one would assume. You know, it's a build up of like, what's that, 7 or 8 years there at least. They had about 50 songs apparently to try and wedge on, and they kind of got it down to is it 14, I believe. And in there's a couple of instrumentals, essentially fairly short instrumentals. There's a couple, I think there's two, two, I think, short instrumentals which just break it up nicely. That's a nice thing to have in there. And apparently they switch instruments as well, these guys, and the guys don't tell you on the sleeve, Simon Morley, vocals, drums and guitars. Then he's got his brother Alex Morley on bass, drums and guitar, and then Ryan Oxley on bass. So apparently they switch around, they can all do a bit of everything, and they've said not one of them claims to be a drummer, proper true drummer. So there's a few bands like that. And yeah, so they kind of switch around and do this bit, and even live I think they switch around a bit. I don't think they switch around a load, you know, be a bit, you know, off-putting, you know, God, here they go, and get to the toilet and come back in a swap position. But yeah, I thought that was quite an interesting thing about them. So it was interesting stuff. But yeah, they've got some really good songs. I've picked 3 out, but generally throughout, I've got a lot of these graded. It has got a really good start, a really good A-side and B-side. Yeah, there's nothing, there's a couple, you know, you could live without, but generally it's a good, really good album, good solid, and it hangs together really nicely. The first one I've picked out is called Over and Over. Kind of this relationship turmoil type thing going on within the lyrics. It's like this monologue style. It's a likeable, easy on the ear. There's nice pacing in it. There's a constant drumming. It's like fast as well. There's a lovely underlying rumbling bass in this one. Really cool. And there's a nice line in here. Now that it is all said and done, you change your mind to compromise. Really like that. It's a good song, this one. There's a bit of a break now at 2:10. Nice musical interlude, like a Bon Tempi organ type sound to it. You know, what they're doing is fairly traditional, but there is some interesting stuff going on in there musically and structurally. Some nice harmony, you know, nicely structured harmonies and stuff. And then the tension builds in it as like this sci-fi radio frequency wailing in there, and guitar caught on a hook I've put as well, which is there's some nice hook, and he rocks out to the end. So that's a really, well, you know, one of their best songs on the album, Over and Over. So check that one out. You get a good feel about these guys. Then on to Modest Breakfast. It's an interesting title. We've all had a few of those modest breakfasts when you go to your hotel, and God, you can't wait for that bloody full English, and then you get down there and go, God, this is a bit modest. Not quite what you were looking for. But anyway, this starts with a sweet welcoming guitar intro, but on 023 kicks up a level, really nicely builds up. Again, we've got that soft yet heavy kind of bass sound to it. Like it's like a beautiful, summary layered feel to this. There's nice guitar riff in it driving the song along. Some really good lyrics in this, lovely lyrics in this, great structure. This song has really good structure, nice melody. This weather's unremarkable. Let's talk about it. I thought we'd die hand in hand, but now I doubt it. Time is always slowing down. We're getting faster. Let's sow the seeds and we can grow our own disaster. And then there's bass at the 4, then to finish with the dusty jangly guitars again. So it's lyrically some really good strong stuff in this. The production's pretty good. Sometimes you can't quite hear what's going on. You know, it's got that rough production kind of feel to it, laid back, edgy. You gives a feel to it a bit, but it's good. It's a really fun album. This is, I love it. really glad I've got it in the collection now. Modest Breakfast, that's a great song. And then I think the final song, yes, the last track, again, I'm picking out these last tracks because they just seem to stand out. Cigarettes. Now this one's really well structured, really nicely structured. It's got this screeching, wailing feedback guitar, almost hurtful right at the start for about a minute, to kind of leads you in. It kind of gets you into the start of this song, and then it crashes into this fast-paced, you know, stream of guitars and everything else, and good lyrics in here. Because everything you want is almost everything you see, and none of this means anything to me. It all falls down. There's nothing left to say. I feel awful now because you're not a part of me, I think it says. I wasn't a bit unsure. Then at 4, the bit that was at the start, that first minute at the start, the 4 minutes, that comes back in exactly the same. So it's almost like you've had your start, you've had your middle, the main meat of the song, and then this start comes back in at the end again to finish it off. And I thought that was really clever, really interesting song. Good stuff. Nothing ambiguous about it. You're getting what it says on the tin with this album. Good, easy listening, great, jangly indie guitars. They sound a little bit different, you know, so it could have stand out a little bit amongst the crowd. And I think you'll like it. Worth checking this band out. Wicketkeeper, Shonk. So definitely give the guys a look. I think I've said everything I need to say. Can't really say a lot else. It's a great album. Really like it. I think I kind of came across it. Maybe the Indie Over 40. It was one. I think it was one of the albums that didn't quite make it. I think they did a track listing of albums that was suggested but didn't quite make it. But I thought this one was deserving of making it, to be honest. I thought it was what really stood out to me. So well done, guys. Well done, Wicketkeeper, and well done on bringing out a great album. This was an album from last year. We'll see what this year brings. But yeah, I think that's a really a solid album there. Fun, friendly, get it on and chill out and relax. And yeah, there's some good messaging in there. Well done, guys. I shall pop it on and bid you farewell. I might do a very quick reveal, maybe next week. Very quick one, a single outcome, just a quick 10-minute one. Well, it says 10 minutes, but it'll be about 10-15 minutes. So I'll pop that in for episode 22. So join me again. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Super Bowl Sunday, so I'm watching the Super Bowl tonight. Kansas City, let's pick that. But anyway, that's for that, and let's go. I'm sick of talking. I'm going.